Hello KM251, my name is Annie Liu and I'm one of the UTAs here. Today we'll be focusing on anatomical directions. I have my email listed right here, so if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out. I took this class last semester and I have to be honest, in the very beginning, I was a little bit overwhelmed, or I thought that it was quite daunting to see all of that vocab, right? Or all of the terms that you have to know for that week. But one study strategy that helped me tremendously was to definitely relate terms together or create analogies for them instead of just direct memorizing. Yeah, so let's start off with superior and inferior. So superior is also called cranial, and I like to associate these two just because it reminds me of the head. And superior you could think of as up. At least that's the way I do it. And then inferior is down, right? Something is inferior, something it's downwards. Inferior is also associated with the word caudal. Something that I always got confused on was the differences between superior and inferior and proximal and distal. So with proximal and distal, these two anatomical terms mainly deals with the limb. Your arms, right? And then your legs. Yes, and I do realize that I put the pink arrow down the leg, but no. When you use terms for the legs and the arms, it is proximal and distal. So proximal is closer to the attachment point, and here. So it goes up. So attachment point is like the right here, right? It's basically where the limbs attach. You could think of it like that. That's the way I thought about it, at least. Again, these are going to be really messy, and but this is just something to follow through with the video. So this is proximal, right? Distal is going downwards like that towards the hand, okay? And distal goes downwards towards the feet. So to give an example, the forearm, right, is proximal to the fingers, right? So the reason why is this is proximal, so it's closer to the attachment point, and we know the attachment point is up here, right, where the arm attaches onto the torso, basically. So because the forearm is closer to here, it is proximal, and distal would be the fingers because it goes downwards, right, towards the hands, basically. I could do an example for the legs. So the thigh is proximal to here. The thigh is proximal to the knee. So again, the thigh is closer to the attachment point, and then the knee is closer to the feet. So it's the distal, distal. And do not get this confused with superior and inferior, because this is what I also often got confused on. Superior would be like the heart, right? So the heart is here. The heart is superior to the intestines. So intestines are like right here, right? Another example could be the lungs, right? So lungs are here, are superior to the bladder. Bladder's right here, right? I hope those examples made sense. We'll be moving on to the next section. Okay, so let's move on to medial and lateral. So medial I like to associate with the middle. Medial, middle. So let me just get a pen out. So just imagine that, think about the midline, Okay, that works too. Midline. And then, so anything that goes towards the middle, right, is medial. And then anything that goes outwards, like this, so anything that goes outwards like this is lateral. So for this way, the way that I honestly remembered it was if medial is inwards, then lateral will have to be outwards. So to give an example would be the heart is medial to the arms, right? because the heart is closer to the midline, which is this one, compared to the arm. The arm is lateral to the heart because the arm goes outwards, right, compared to the heart. Another example could be the forearm is lateral to the intestines. So again, the forearm is lateral, so it goes outwards. You know that the intestines is closer to the midline compared to the forearm. Yeah, I'd like to focus on another pair now. Let me get it real quick. All right. So the one I want to focus on is ventral and dorsal. And oftentimes when I think about dorsal, I think about a shark, the dorsal fin of a shark or a dorsal fin of a dolphin or something. So basically, the reason why I think of this is because dorsal goes backwards like this. Not backwards, but towards the back. And ventral goes to the front. And again, this is one of those pairs where I remember dorsal is the back, or goes towards the back, and ventral goes towards the front. This can also be called anterior and posterior. Anterior is, again, towards the front. Posterior is towards the back. And one way I like to remember this is to think about the alphabet. So A, right, anterior, and this is P, right, posterior. So A comes before P in the alphabet. So I think A is in front and then P is in the back. Yeah, so that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you were able to learn something out of this, and make sure to review your structure list and prepare for a lecture. Yeah. Okay, study hard. Woohoo!